Well, Wahhabism is just a very austere, pure form of Islam, so it has the same anti-Semitic tenets that are hardwired into Islam of any variety. The Quran is a virulently anti-Semitic text. The traditions of Muhammad are full of anti-Semitic motifs. Jews as corruptors, Jews as prophet killers. So that's not surprising. And I think the relationship between Israel and Saudi Arabia, needs to be viewed in the very narrow context of a strategic alliance, potentially both being threatened by Iran, and not romanticized beyond that.
How about Egypt? You feel that Egypt can have peace with Israel, considering the anti-Semitism that Mubarak and Morsi have kept alive?
And Sisi. There's no difference. So, it's still rife with anti-Semitism. Look, there's a cold peace. That's actually okay. Hot and cold, it's peace. So there's no mass conflagrations like we had, in the '67 war and the 1973 war. The attitudes are still very anti-Semitic, but perhaps the Egyptian army was chastened by those two, obliterating defeats. But at any rate, it's great that there's not an active hot war, but anti-Semitism is rife in Egyptian society.
How about the Israeli Arabs? 1 in 5 Israelis are Arab, and their vast majority are Muslim. How can Israel have peace from such a large Muslim population within a country as a Jewish state?
Well, I think there are problems in the Israeli Arab community. There even so far as Hamas support. But on the other hand, there are minority sects like the Druze. There are some of the Bedouin that actually even serve in the IDF. But I wouldn't let those examples of cooperation outweigh the larger point, which is that it's potentially a dangerous situation given the size of the Muslim population within Israel and the prevalence of negative attitudes and even overt Hamas support.